All right, so Barbara Lee is calling for a $350 billion worth of funding to be cut from the just hugely massive, bloated military industrial complex in the United States. And I think it needs to be at least that because, again, United States, I believe, spends more than the next seven countries combined on its military. And you know what? We also don't have universal health care, tuition free college, a robust social safety net like a lot of those other countries who don't just spend, basically half of their discretionary spending on death and destruction. Time to reinvest in people and cut weapons of war. Barbara Lee gets it. I believe she was also the only member of Congress who voted against uh, the war in Afghanistan or something like that. Redundant nuclear weapons, output spending accounts, and endless wars in the Middle East don't keep us safe. Indeed, if anything, they make us less safe. It's called blowback when you go to other countries, dropping bombs, destroying communities, just oppressing and brutalizing the local populations there. It's going to lead to some pretty obvious anger and radicalization of those communities. So no wonder why they would hate the United States. It's because of that. It's not making us safe. It's not spreading democracy. Especially at a time when families across the country are struggling to pay the bills, including more than 16,000 military families on food stamps. We need to take a hard look at every dollar and reinvest in people. It's time to cut weapons of war and prioritize the well-being of our troops, anti-poverty programs, public health initiatives, and diplomacies. A resolution comes as the House of Representatives is scheduled to begin marking up the NDAA, National Defense Authorization Act, for fiscal year 2021 next week. And this is, Bernie, he's really fucking fallen off. This is pathetic. The Senate version of the NDAA calls for $740.5 billion in military spending in a budget. Senator Sanders has proposed cutting by 10%. Bernie, it needs to be cut by at least half like Barbara Lee is proposing, if not 80-90% for fuck's sake. Christ. Shuttering 60% of U.S. military bases. Shutter all of them. We don't need those in other countries. It's ridiculous. Most oftentimes the local populations don't want us there. Okinawa, Japan as an example. Military overhead, private sector contracting, Space Force, ending use it or lose it contract spending, cutting U.S. presence in Afghanistan, cut it completely, get the fuck out of there. Christ. So again, even Lee's approach honestly leaves a lot to be desired, but that shows you how beholden even the Democrats are to the military industrial complex when this would still leave the United States with by far and away the most military spending out of any country. This is from 2019. US spent $732 fucking billion. Next closest country, China at 261. And you know what? They have over a billion people. The United States has, around 350, 400 million? India, also huge, massive population, only 70 billion. Russia, 65, huge, massive country as well. Saudi Arabia, brutally repressive Saudi Arabia, 61. France, 50. Germany, 49. And you know what? All of these countries, I'm not sure about India, but basically all of these countries have a more robust social safety net compared to the United States. And guess what? You cut that military budget down. Let's say you get rid of, let's be generous. You only get rid of $600 billion of it. That's still $132 billion. That would still put you at the second highest country as far as military expenditure goes. I think we would be okay. That would build a lot of schools, that would provide a lot of health care, that would provide a lot of jobs, that would provide a lot of housing, a lot of funding for the arts, social services. Again, anything is going to be more productive and positive for the world than dumping more money into the military, okay? Just it's simple as that. It should not be that hard for people to understand, but fortunately there's a lot of people out there that I don't know, just want the United States to be the world police, just going all over the world, dropping bombs, starting conflicts, just destroying shit, and that's fucked up, and we desperately need to get away with that. You want to really help those countries out, use help them develop green energy, sustainable agriculture, diplomacy. Anything again would be better than giving it to the highly corrupt, unaccountable, completely unproductive military industrial complex that only benefits those big weapons companies. Let's be frank.